These are days of judgment. Pop psychology tells us not to judge, to accept everything and everyone exactly as they are. Which is good advice in some ways, but at another level, it's patently absurd. Of course we judge all the time. Should I listen to Burna Boy or to Bruce Springsteen? Should I eat pizza or salad? Should I spend my time this way or that way? The real challenge isn't whether or not we judge or don't judge, or even whether or not we judge on superficial or meaningful levels. The real challenge is whether or not we judge other people or we judge ourselves. It's actually judging ourselves and taking an accounting of who we are and who we want to be that the Jewish tradition asks of us in this season of the Days of Awe. It's called a cheshbon hanefesh, literally an accounting of the soul. And it's how we come to understand how we've succeeded and how we've fallen short in being the person that we want to be. Rabbi Adin Steinsaltz of blessed memory talked about the process of tshuva as responding to a spiritual disquiet, a sense that somehow we are not the right people in the right place and right time. We have a sense of misalignment with the world around us. As we move into this next piyut, Le'el Orech Din, I invite all of us to look at ourselves, look at the ways we've succeeded, and perhaps more challengingly, look at the ways we've failed. And look at the ways in which we've come up short, in which we're not the people we wish to be. And look at ourselves with compassionate curiosity. Because it's often the case that when I say I'm trying to achieve this goal, and I'm not achieving this goal, it's because I actually have some other goal unstated that I'm not even articulating, and I'm succeeding in reaching that goal. If we can come to our behaviors, our actions with a sense of compassionate curiosity and say, I wonder why I'm acting that way. What needs of mine am I meeting by acting this way, even though it's clearly causing me pain in that way? We can begin to understand how we can act better. Let me offer this simply. I, like many of us, have struggled with eating right and maintaining my body in a healthy way. And for a long time, I would try to eat healthy and fail, and try to eat right and fail. And I came to understand that what was failure with the goal of eating healthy was actually success for the goal of finding comfort and reassurance in moments of stress. As I began to think, I have a need for comfort and reassurance in moments of stress. That's a totally legitimate goal. Can I achieve that goal in a more healthy way than 4 or 5 Twinkies in the middle of the night? Then I found ways of both meeting my need for comfort and reassurance and also taking care of my body in a healthier way. So as we find the things that we are doing that are causing us pain, causing the people in our lives pain, it might be fruitful to ask ourselves, what needs of mine am I actually meeting with this behavior? And is there a healthier way of meeting that need and not causing myself and the others around me pain? That is the work of doing a cheshbon hanefesh, an accounting of the soul. So as Cantor Ellen leads us in Le'el Orech Din, I invite us to come to our own lives with that spirit of compassionate curiosity. And afterward, we'll hear from BHA member Dan Tanaka on what's involved in doing that sort of cheshbon hanefesh. Dan is a core member of the BHA security team, a military veteran, and a former financial planner. He lives here in Beacon with his wife Sienna and their daughters Shay and Madison.
Levochen levavot beyom din legole amukot badin ledover misharim bayom din lehogel deyot badin levatik ve'oseh chesed beyom din lezocher berito badin lechomel masav bayom din letaher chosav badin leyodea machashavot beyom din lechovesh ka'aso badin lelovesh tzedakot bayom din lemochel avonot badin lenorat tehilot beyom din lesolech lamusav badin leoneh likarav beyom din lefoel rachamav badin letzofen istarot beyom din lekoneh avadav badin lerachem amo bayom din leshomer ohavav badin letomech timimav bayom din.
Shana Tova. My name is Daniel, or Daniel in Hebrew, meaning God is my judge. It almost seems to let me off the hook in this exercise, leaving it up to God to judge. But I've learned the hard way that clear-eyed self-judgment is one of the most important tasks we must undertake in order to achieve personal and spiritual growth. How can I know what needs changing if I do not honestly and accurately perceive who I really am, warts and all? My ego is both a partner and an adversary in this process of self-discovery. When harnessed by my higher self, my ego can help explore and discern between the aspects of self which truly serve me, my community, my family, and God, and the aspects of self which are purely self-serving, practicing only self-gratification. How often are we connected to and operating from our higher selves, though? Most often, my ego makes excuses for and rationalizes my self-serving behaviors, deluding myself in pure defensiveness. In short, my ego can be a tool for self-knowledge or a slippery weasel of self-deception. How to grapple with this conundrum, then? How do I get honest with myself about myself? I believe there are 3 essential keys to getting started: humility, intention, and prayer. By humility, I mean keeping our ego's right size in relation to God and the world. In this exercise, false humility is just as much of an impediment as the overinflated sense of our own importance. We are neither in the gutter nor up on the pedestal. Right size is the goal. By intention, or kavanah, I mean setting a sincere direction of the mind and heart to be open to know the truth about ourselves. Lastly, by prayer, I mean sincerely asking for assistance from Hashem in this undertaking. This can take many different forms, but when I do it, it usually sounds something like, God, please help me to uncover and see clearly my defects of character. Grant me the knowledge of your will for me and the power to carry it out. After a minute or two of concentration and listening, pick up a pen and put it to paper. You might be surprised what you learn about yourself.